Sanjo, hey everybody. Whoops, going against the arrow. What can you do? I'm at the grader here. I'm gonna wait for that guy. It's been a bad driving day here today in the Boston area. A lot of nutty people out. Yeah, maybe I'm one of them. I don't know. It's cold, man. It is cold. It's got to be in the 60s right now. Yeah, man. I don't know about you guys. I hit my mid-30s. That was a decade ago, but then I started getting cold for the first time. And man, now I get cold, and I work in the food industry, of course. And it's hot. And, you know, working around hot things and sweating and just roasting to death. And then, so now I'm acclimated to that. Hot and humid. And man, New England is not that in September, you know, very often. So, anyway, I was talking to a buddy tonight. What's up, Steve? About, just, we were talking about a couple of different, like, so we're both people who like to be in the woods away from other humans, such as our social proclivity. But, you know, he was out walking around in the swamp in his waders and stuff. He's a hunter, and, you know, loves to find new spots and whatever. So, anyhow, he was out and just talking about his adventures and of the day. And today, so it reminded me of a time when I was, I'm having trouble talking and speaking at the same time. But I grew up near one of the largest active cranberry bogs in the world. I'm going to pop my visor a little bit through here. And so after the cranberries, now they grow condos here in Massachusetts, and all the cranberries went to like Wisconsin or something. But they opened the land for public use after a time. So, but before a lot of people knew about it, I kind of already knew that stuff was all back there. And so, you know, before like lots of people started going back there and walking their dogs and doing whatever, I had the whole place to myself, and it's enormous. So I was back and I was exploring places where there are, you know, trails and then other places where there are just herd paths, you know, paths where animals have gone for, you know, 1,000 years and kind of made their own little path. So I was following a herd path and didn't know where I was, but I knew where I was, you know, like big picture. I didn't know where I was, small picture though. And I got to this river. It was a little river. And I was looking at the little river. I was thinking, I can make that. I can make that jump. I'll just jump over the little river and to the other side, just see where the path ends up. So it was nice because it was probably, I'm not sure the footage, but it was a jump I could make. There was a little sandy shore on the other side. So if I make it across the river, I'm into the sandy shore. So it's cool weather. So I want to make sure I make it over the river. So I muster up my best, you know, vigor, my vigorous whatever, and I don't want to turn here. And so I take a jump onto the sandy shore, and no sooner did my boots touch that sandy shore than I realized what it was. I went up to my waist in water, because what it was pollen that had pooled on the surface of the water. So it was not a nice little sandy shore, as I had anticipated. It was in fact water up to my waist. And after the shock wore off, the next sensation I experienced was my boots filling with water. So anyway, that was a long walk out of the woods that day, because I wasn't going to jump back over the river because now I realized the river was too wide for me to actually clear. So I ended up walking quite a ways around and made my way back home. But it was a pretty funny story, and I did laugh about it. I'm not the type to get too upset about that sort of thing. I might get upset in the instant, but you know, with a tiny bit of perspective, I can kind of enjoy the humor and that sort of thing. I can let go of a situation like that easier than I can a situation maybe dealing with other humans. You know what I'm saying? I think I deal with the natural world and things like that a little easier than I deal with people and with social things, which is why I get along so well with my friend Steve, because he's the same way. And so us antisocial people occasionally need to get together and commiserate a little bit and enjoy each other's misery. I mean, company. And I just thought I'd share that little situation with you. All right, guys, Matt the Greeter, teeth a chattering, and I'm gonna make this I will not make this turn. I'll let you go right here. How about that? How about that? An early exit. Have a great night, everybody. And or what time of day is it? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, hope you're having a great life. And yeah, just careful when you jump those rivers, would you? I'll talk to you soon. Care about you. Bye.